The school year is running smoothly. The schedule is set, the staff seems settled, and then the letter lands on the desk. An unexpected resignation. The test scores in this teacher's classroom were solid. The students were engaged. There were 0 parent complaints. Yet, without warning signs, they are packing up their desk. This chart shows what actually drives turnover. Below the survivability line, low pay pushes people out. Money fixes a push. Above that line, people are pulled away, losing a sense of presence and trust. Throwing a sudden raise at a meaning problem rarely works. The true crisis behind these departures is the slow accumulation of days where a teacher's specific excellence felt entirely unseen. A school leader's day is consumed by friction. The struggling new hire, the urgent parent call, the discipline case in the hallway. Administrative attention naturally flows toward the loudest alarm. The veteran educator running a tight, highly effective room generates 0 alarms, and in management, no news is instinctively read as no need. The teacher's competence effectively makes them invisible. When a professional produces strong work for months met only with silence, that silence eventually registers as indifference. Over time, they start to feel entirely interchangeable. No administrator plans to alienate their top performers, but by spending every hour reacting to the squeaky wheels, they accidentally starve the exact people who keep the building afloat. The usual administrative instinct is to fix morale with a broad gesture, a blanket thanks at staff meetings, printed certificates of appreciation, or ordering stacks of pizzas. These generic approaches backfire. Giving a sweeping, great job team signals to an individual teacher that leadership has no idea what they actually do all day. The alternative is precision, a fixed weekly routine where a leader delivers highly specific recognition and a real voice in decision-making to one targeted individual. The immediate objection is always time, but this habit doesn't require scheduling new meetings. It operates inside the movements a leader is already making. It's a reallocation of existing attention. You don't need to find an extra hour in the week. You take the morning building walkthrough you were already doing, and instead of scanning exclusively for problems, you point that exact same lens toward the people doing things right. During that morning walk, the goal is to find one concrete, nameable thing a specific teacher did well. A sincere 30-second stop at a classroom doorway lands heavier than a formal annual review. For effective feedback, name an action and its exact effect. I watched you reset the room in 90 seconds. Next, pair recognition with voice by asking for their insight on a decision. Finally, close the loop to prove their perspective shaped the outcome. To ensure no one slips through the cracks, the only administrative overhead is a simple list tracking the last time each teacher was reached. With this, you can immediately spot the quiet veteran who is overdue for a conversation. Because no alarms sound if you skip it, this 15-minute administrative task must be protected. Anchor it to a fixed time you already fiercely guard, like the first minutes of a standing leadership block. Relying on feelings to praise people means only the highly visible get noticed. A rigid, tracked rotation forces leaders to overcome their natural blind spots and systematically reach the steady performers. This scale weighs the math of turnover. Recruiting, onboarding, lost productivity, and drained institutional memory cost thousands of dollars per teacher. Against that massive hit, 15 minutes of focused attention costs absolutely 0. Running this system for a year won't generate a flashy banner or an immediate spike on a test score chart. The result is quiet. Strong teachers feel trusted week after week, and they stay. The building retains its institutional knowledge. New hires step into an environment where good work is consistently noticed, and the leader's reputation shifts from a crisis manager to someone people want to work for. Schools rarely have the budget to continuously hike salaries, but deliberate, specific attention delivers a return on investment that money alone cannot buy. The resignation letter that arrives without warning is a preventable outcome. Administrators cannot change the regional pay scale. They do, however, have absolute authority over where they direct their focus every single day. The cruel irony of school management is that the educators you most want to retain are the ones you naturally pay the least attention to. Deciding to notice your quiet, excellent people is a small, free choice. Over the course of a school year, it is the difference between an empty classroom and a veteran teacher who chooses to stay.